Everybody doing today? Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It is 5 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. I don't know what time it is for you, but it is that time for me. Um, just give me a second. All right, 22 people that are here, 6 likes. Make sure you hit the like button as soon as you get in here, whether you're on YouTube or any other platform. I think we're also on X. Yes, it does look like we are live on that platform as well, and we should be live on um, Twitch. So feel free to hit the like button. Good night. That's what it seems like. I'm a little bit tired, but I think I had like six hours of sleep, something like that. Um, 10 in the morning. Okay, so then you're up and ready, and everybody else is pretty much the same in the same boat. But yeah, I guess before we do pleasantries or anything, I kind of want to just dive in, or maybe I should just wait a little bit, give because we got 35 people that are here, and just consistently going up a little bit. So we'll wait and see how many people are coming in, and give it like maybe 5 minutes, and then we'll dive into the crypto market as a whole. Um, Hi, Matt from Australia. Well, thank you for watching. Hello, how are you doing? How is everybody's doing? How is everybody doing? I don't know if I asked that enough. Are you guys doing okay? I know it's stressful to see um, know that liquidation trains could happen with enough of a drop. We could see, you know, um, definitely something that sits in the back of everybody's mind. But I'm good. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. I mean, the children, well, I guess Harper is going to be starting sports. She's actually going to be playing basketball um, and swimming. So that should be interesting to do that at the same time. She's going to be doing basketball there, maybe 2 days a week, and then they have swimming meets on Saturday. So it should be good. It looks like we're buffering a bit. Hopefully that doesn't last. It says excellent connection, but it seems to be buffering. XRP is still strong. I mean, XRP is still at the levels that it's been at. It's always going to stay consistent at those levels. Well, not always, but it's going to stay consistent at those levels until we fully see an explosion. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I also yesterday was career day for Harper as well, and they had like a parade and all that stuff. And then I submitted a video from, to tell people what I did, which is not a traditional job, not a traditional career for a lot of people. But I was able to, make a video for the class and just talk to them about um, what I do, which is really just make YouTube videos and teach people online about certain things, whether it's about credit cards or cryptocurrency or investing and all that stuff. So it was fun, and apparently the kids loved it and said that I should be a magician because I did a couple of magic tricks while I was on the video. But I'm not a magician, and I thought the tricks didn't really go over that well when it came to like adult magic, but if it's kid magic, it can pass. Let's see. There's some information that's out here. Thank you for watching. Good morning. Good morning. Uh, take a look at what something Polyswarm. It's a great play. I'll have to look at it later. XRP supposedly had another price glitch on BNB. Things might get crazy. I mean, I don't ever know what to think about those like price glitches and where things skyrocket to or not. Because we've seen those with like in the stock market and in things like AMC and GME and see it pump up to a way higher level. Like for a brief moment where it just pumps up to $500 and then drops back down to like $4, and it's like why, you know? Um, you're up early. 5:14 a.m. here in Maine. Go to bed. Crypto will be fine. Look, I mean, I usually, if I was to stream, I usually would stream somewhere around this time before the kids go to school. And sometimes I could do it after. No, but if we want to look at some things, like I wanted to type in crypto news to see some information, also to see what's happening. But you have Bitcoin price drop leads to $250 million bullish liquidations. Um, Crypto sentiment indicator. So typically, what you're going to see is you're going to see these liquidations that do have a large impact on the market, especially when you're looking for Bitcoin to not go lower than a certain point, right? Those points may be the same liquidation points that everybody else has, and if that does end up happening, it creates a liquidation train. Which it's not at the level that it was, where it was like $1 billion worth of liquidations, but $250 million worth of liquidations is still a lot of money. The market tractor, sorry, let's go here. Um, Bitcoin BTC price fell nearly 4% in the past 24 hours amid continuing profit taking ahead of the weekend, causing a wider market retreat that led to over $250 million in bullish bets liquidated. BTC, let me get out of here. BTC fell from 72,500 early Thursday just to over 69,000 early Friday. Pairing, uh, yeah, pairing down, or sorry, paring down gains made made by the token since Monday. Other major cryptos fell in tandem with overall market capitalization fall of 5.5%. That's a lot. We'll definitely get into that in a little bit. Meanwhile, though, the widely watched fear and greed index, a sentiment and volatility tracker for the crypto market, flashed extreme greed levels on Thursday, historically a sign of local tops. So yeah, I mean, when you see Bitcoin get up to a $72,000 mark, it definitely is something that you look at and you go, okay, are we going to see Bitcoin fall? And then typically the market will kind of follow where Bitcoin is. Eventually, we'll see that kind of separate in a way, but not at the moment. We still see that Bitcoin is kind of leading the market there until altcoins do have a full breakout and a lot of investments that are going in there and investors. Meanwhile, the wildly, sorry, I just read that. Um, the index aims to measure emotional responses in the crypto market, highlighting that extreme fear might present buying opportunities, while extreme greed could signal an upcoming market correction. The index is flashing greed as the Asian afternoon hours Friday, suggesting prices could correct further. The price caused pain for futures traders' bets on BTC tracked futures, recording $88 million in losses. CoinGlass data shows followed by 44 million in liquidations on Ether futures and nearly 15 million in total or in losses each on Sol and Doge futures, which Doge was running quite a bit. So yeah, I'm working up. I'm working. I work 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. Well, that's I don't really like night shift. I don't know if you like working the night shift. I guess maybe you're used to it, or maybe it's off and on, depending. But yeah, I only wait. I only own XRP, Vet, and Jasmine. Interesting. Great plays, but interesting. Pepe, Jasmine, XRP, Doge holding steady. Can't wait for these to pump. Diamond hands. Grok is the best. I still like Grok. I have Grok. I'm down on Grok right now by like maybe $2,000, but I did invest $7,000 total, and it wasn't at a high point, but it definitely was at a higher point than where we stand, right? So, yeah, I have Grok as well. If we look at the entire market, stop Daisy. If we look at the entire market and where things stand, because we were at a 2.44, I believe, $1 trillion market cap, or $2.45 trillion market cap. Right now we're sitting at a $2.33 trillion market cap, down 3.85%. Bitcoin's dominance is slightly decreasing, but not by much. So we're still seeing Bitcoin that is leading the market. But Bitcoin sits at a $69,000 mark. It's down by 4%. We're looking at Ethereum that's down by 5%, down to 2,500. You see BNB at $577. Solana found a way to come down from like that 180 mark down to $166, down 4.8%. XRP is slightly up, right? We're seeing an increase over the past hour, 0.5% over the past 24 hours, but the past 7 days it still is down by 0.7% there. Dogecoin, that had a little bit of an increase recently, seeing that increase by like 10-15% at times, and it got up to, I think, 17 cents, and now it's down to high 15s, low 16 cents. It's down by 6.8%, but 15% over the last 7 days. Tron is down by 1%. Cardano down by 2%. Shiba Inu is down by 6%. Chainlink 6% as well. 7% for Bitcoin Cash. Litecoin 3%. 6% for Near Protocol. Pepe is at 5%. 7% for TAO. We are seeing an increase for Caspa. It's up by 1% over the past hour, 1.5%, and 3.5% for the past 24 hours. But still, in the past 7 days, it's down by 8%. Let's see, any actual movers, positive movers, right? Again, Caspa, you have, I don't even know how to say that, Kaia, Kaia. I don't know if anybody was invested into this. I don't know how this has moved, but we'll have to give it a look. But we're looking at an $802 million market cap. Honestly, I've never heard of this. It has an unlimited supply. I don't know if it has had dilution issues. Doesn't look like it, but you really only have a small amount of history where this is not something that like grew from a long period of time to where we are today, right? It took some time to get on here. Well, actually, it didn't take time at all. It's really only 2 days. It is listed on Binance. So this is listed on Binance. I'm not saying it's a scam or anything, the one that we're looking at now, but it has an S tier exchange. It has tier 1 exchanges, but I've never heard of it until right now. Actually, yesterday, I think I seen something about it. But volume is up by 419%, so there must be some interest there. You're looking at a 16% volume to market cap ratio. But let's go back. There we go. So yeah, Caspa, Radium, we have Celestia, TIA, that's up by 1.9%, and then XRP, and then everything else seems to be falling quite a bit in the market. And if we look at the things that are dropping the most, we got Dog with Hat that's down by 10%. Pipe Network down by 8%. Mog down by 8%. Dogecoin, you see Aptos that's down quite a bit as well. ApeCoin, Brett, Shiba Inu, Floki. It seems like a lot of the meme coins are definitely having a little bit of an overreaction. Um, you have a cat in the house? Yes. Her name is Daisy. That's why I said stop it, Daisy. Because, uh, yeah, I have a cat in the house. Where's she at? I don't know. She's somewhere. A new one been out. Speedy. Oh, you're talking about this on ETH. I got 40 million. Wait, Ethan got at $40 million market cap. They're doing awesome, good community. That's great to hear. You know, everybody finds their own opportunities, and it's amazing to see the opportunities that you find. Um, and just because maybe somebody else would say this is not a good opportunity doesn't mean that it's not a good opportunity. I've invested into things that people are just like, why are you investing into that? Jasmine was one of those things. And, you know, Jasmine ran up by 400, 500%. It's like, all right, well, what? Man, we gonna be rich, bruh. I mean, that's the hope. I mean, that's the dream is to be able to utilize the crypto profits and money that we gain from crypto overall to essentially start businesses and start lives for a lot of people and honestly make you live a little bit comfortable, you know, more comfortable because there's and I hope that you know, once you do see those levels of profits, that you know what to do with those, and hopefully I can help because I do have another channel where I talk about investing into dividends as well as investing into the stock market and just making sure that your money is working for you. Right? That's the idea. Your money needs to be working for you. If you are not, if you are chasing the dollar every single time, it's not something that I wouldn't say is sustainable, but it's just not something that we all want to do. We want the money to basically say, hey, we're going to turn this money from a dollar into $1.20 or a dollar into $1.50. That's what we want in the end, and just consistently have that happen so that we can live off the interest eventually. Right now, it's about building. So as you have $100,000 or you have $10,000 or $1,000, you want to consistently grow that to 10,000, to 15, to 100, to 1 million. And then once you get to a certain point where maybe you don't want to work anymore, you should have a flow of income coming in from those places, whether it's an index fund, whether you're investing into individual, dividend plays, whether it's individual dividend businesses as well, or ETFs, or investing into collectibles or something, right? I I just recently got. I'm trying to give me a second. I don't know where they are. I just recently got these that I'm not gonna open. I don't know if you know what these are. If anybody collects sports cards, but with the WNBA Select Hobby Packs, uh, I'm not gonna open it. Why do I have Harper's hair here? I'm not gonna open it. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna open it yet. I have two of them, and these were for some reason I thought you were gonna get cases. Like I wasn't used to what the hobby packs truly are. Um, but yeah, people are telling me to open them. I'm not gonna open them. I know that they may have valuable cards, but if the boxes are unopened, that could also be insanely valuable in the future. So it's a collectible that is, maybe not worth a ridiculous amount. Maybe to some people it's a ridiculous amount, but could be worth so much more 10 years, 20 years down the line because this is like the first year that the WNBA has become like popular and Next year, obviously, you'll have a lot more viewership. Um, you'll have, a lot more merch sales, and you'll have records broken and all those things there. So I'm excited for that. But we have these boxes. I'm not going to open these, but I do have other boxes that are coming, that are like smaller and don't have as many great cards. Like this has 2 autograph cards, and it's a potential chance that I can get a Caitlin Clark autograph card or a Angel Reese autograph card. Um, but yeah, when is altcoin season, bruh? I mean, it's tough to say. We should have seen some big things, but we're getting closer and closer to the um, election, the presidential election, which should create some movement, especially in some of the meme coins that are created, the MAGA meme coins or Biden meme coins or whoever, right? We should see some movement there. But altcoin season is not here yet, right? We look at the overall market and we see Bitcoin's dominance, and Bitcoin's dominance stands at 58, almost 59%. That is not altcoin season yet at all. We can see the movement that was in Bitcoin up to 72,000, but 72,000 I still think is not the highest level that we should see for Bitcoin. Now, if we look at history, history has shown that 6 months to a year, we see the markets hit their all-time high within that year mark, right? But we are at a different stage right now with ETFs, with more interest, with traditionalists that are getting into the market. It's iffy. And honestly, I've said it time and time again, no one truly knows when altcoin season is going to happen, but we know it hasn't happened yet. We know we haven't seen altcoins that have pumped up to a way higher level. Some people believe we won't see altcoin season at all, but that doesn't make sense. Not even the slightest bit. Guys, we have 102 people that are here and we have 55 likes. I just want to say thank you for hitting the like button. I would like to get up to 100 likes, but half the concurrent viewers is usually what I go for. So if we're at 100 viewers, 50 likes is amazing. But if you wanted the like button and give me more likes, I would appreciate it. Um, um, to which month in 2025 the bull run will continue, bearish cycle starts? So I would like to see the bull market. I would say actually altcoin season as well as the bullish market start before the end of this year. I mean, it is a new month. Last month when we first started October, it wasn't really a great start. September was a great start. October was not a great start, and it looks like November might not be the best start. But we could see a complete reversal where it completely recovers. We've seen that time and time again. Um, man, I bought Bitcoin at 20K. I was so tempted to take profits and buy more XRP, but I didn't. I mean, if you bought Bitcoin at 20K, you're still up a massive amount. And I'm not going to tell you what to do or what to buy. But if you have a feeling of what you want to do, go with your gut and, make a move. It can be XRP, it can be something else, or you can keep Bitcoin. I still think Bitcoin is going to reach $100,000. I would love to buy Bitcoin at less than $20,000. Because right now I would have the ability to do that. When it was at $16,000, I didn't have the ability to do that. I didn't have really any spare money. But then as that growth happened, as Bitcoin grew and a lot of altcoins grew, not to the levels that they should, but altcoins did move, I was able to make some money out of that time period. After meme coin hype, will utility be the trend for a couple of years? That's where I'm going with it. Yes, I think utility will be the trend for years to come. We will see meme coins that still have popularity and more meme coins that come up every single year. Meme coins are basically going to be the entry point for a lot of new people into the markets. And those new people that are getting into the markets with that FOMO, it they you will have people that lose some money because you have people that are experienced in this and have invested or found a lot of those meme coins before the brand new people that get into the market, right? So let's say a cryptocurrency, some meme coin is worth $100,000 or maybe even less. A lot of people that are experienced in the market may see the opportunity because they understand meme coins, but then you'll have FOMO that comes in, and you'll always have that person that does buy at the top. Don't be that person. If you see something that's running by 1,000%, I'm not saying you can't follow it, but understand the risk as you are putting money into that. So anyways, meme coins will always be a part of the market. Whether we're talking about Dogecoin or Shiba Inu or some new meme coin, we will have meme coins a major part of the market. But ultimately, yeah, utility is going to drive this thing home. Where you see things like XRP that could be a transaction-based currency, or a gaming cryptos, or AI crypto coins. Many different sectors of cryptos and use cases for cryptos will drive the market. And while there still will be popularity in meme coins, there will be much more popularity, just like you see with Bitcoin at a 1.3, I believe, $1.3 trillion market cap, almost 1.4. So yeah, I think utility will drive the bus. I'm waiting on December 15th to buy my bag again, XRP, XLM. Why are you waiting for that date? Cool. I had 10,000 baseball cards in the 80s, Ken Griffey Jr. I had about 5, though. You had 5 Ken Griffey Jr.'s? Well, that's amazing. Yeah, I collect, I have a little bit of Pokemon cards that I collect. I have like some first editions. Um, I have a lot of NBA cards, and now I'm collecting WNBA. Um, and I just want to collect all of especially this year, because this year is insanely important. If the league does fully take off like the NBA did with Magic and Bird, this year will be massive. So if you have any autographs for any of the top rookies like Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, Cameron Brink, um, uh, and you have like other autographs like Sabrina Ionescu or Brianna Stewart or whoever, right? Um, you then can end up coming into a lot of money there by having that. So um, I saw somebody online that was upset with the fact that they got an Angel Reese autograph card, and I was like, they were like, I really wanted Caitlin Clark, and I'm like, I understand. Everybody wants Caitlin Clark's autograph and card and all that stuff, but uh, it's still not a bad card at all for the future. Absolutely. And now since I have daughters, I'm all about the WNBA, and Harper likes basketball. I'm all about it. Um, thoughts on meme coin? Will they run before altcoins? They're saying like all meme coins. Will they run before altcoins? We will see a lot of hype go into meme coins. So if we're following history, you know, obviously Dogecoin ran a crazy amount, and then a lot of money started to flow into some meme coins, but we don't have a full history of how that reacts when the market is full of meme coins. Before, you had Dogecoin that was leading the way, and there wasn't really many others um, that were created for that like same purpose, if that makes sense. Um, but now the market is absolutely flooded with different types of meme coins, whether it's on Ethereum, whether it's built on Solana, and you didn't have all this capability to build on. Well, you did, but it wasn't as popular now, right? You see multi-chain pre-sales and things that we didn't see in the last bull market, and now we see a development of that. So it's definitely going to be a little bit different, but I do expect meme coins to run before like all altcoins really start to pick up. There may be an instance to where something has huge news and it absolutely takes off, but meme coins should have a large impact before we see a lot of other things that take off as well. Um, yeah, okay, but we have had over 10,000, 100 million, I don't know what number that is, dips and sideways at this point. Enough is enough. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see any more either, man. I have leverage trades that are out there that I want them to skyrocket, which all they need to do is not the bare minimum, but all they need to do is a little bit of movement in a positive direction, like Ethereum up to 3,000. It would be great. Seeing, AVAX up to $30, $40 would be fantastic. Seeing Pepe make some big moves, get up to a $10 billion market cap. Again, great. Jasmy coin, get back up to 4.5 cents. I just want to see all of these movements happen for the sake of the leverage trades as well as for the overall market, right? I want to take some profit so that no matter what, I'm sitting on top of not just a gold mine, but just like, simple profits. And then I can be comfortable with what I'm holding, right? I always like to take my initial investment plus some profits so that I can be very comfortable in those plays. When it comes to my plays that I'm holding outright, all the ones that I have on Coinbase, which if I go to Coinbase over here, my $112,000 sitting over here, I could care less about something dropping short term, because long term, eventually we'll see that skyrocket, right? And be worth so much more. However, I'm not I don't want that to happen or drop because of the leverage trades that only really can drop by like 20%. If they drop by more than 20%, they get liquidated. So you know that has a little bit more of a risk to it. Um, Sir, what about Grok? I'm still holding it. Should I continue holding it or swap it? So I still have Grok. I'm never going to tell anybody that they need to hold something. I'm never going to tell you if you should sell or you should buy more or anything like that. I'll tell you what I'm doing, but I still hold Grok. And if we go to my portfolio over here, I still hold my 1 million Grok. I haven't done anything with it. I still think it's going to have massive moves and run to a massive level. I'm down by $2,500 on this play, but I'm not sweating it, right? But for other people, they may not, see the same thing that I see. I like Grok. Um, I like the potential that it does have. Understand that we have not seen altcoin season yet. We've seen some things that have moved a little bit, but we have not seen altcoin season yet. And when we do, I think things like Grok and GameStop and Book of Meme and many others are going to definitely run to a way higher level. But that's, again, just my opinion. If you feel a different way, I wouldn't feel attacked or horrible about the fact that you did sell it or you did trade it or swap it for something else. I'm not going to tell you to hold it. I'm not going to tell you to reinvest. Uh, please do whatever you feel is good for your strategy, but this is my strategy that I'm dealing with. So hopefully that's okay. I never want to tell anybody to do something because it's always up to you guys anyways, whether you want to buy it, whether you have the money to buy it, and also how much you put forth, how much you put into it. I don't know where my water went because this water is old. I need some water. Matt, are you placing a bet on who's the president? Ratio looks good. Am I placing a bet? I did see that crypto.com had like bets that you could place. It was very brief that I've seen it. So I don't know how that goes, but I would imagine you put up coins and then whoever comes out on top, you get a percentage. It's like gambling. It is gambling actually, but I haven't. No. Um, Kamala for president. We'll see who is president. Seeing a pretty interesting flag that formed before a previous bull run. Have you looked into X meme at all? I haven't. I haven't. Um, what are you seeing? I get cash on that date, December 15th, sir. Uh, I pray it's down till then. I don't know about that. I think December is definitely, from what we've seen with like Terra Luna Classic last December, uh, we expect to see some major movement. And I mean, if we look at how things moved last October as well, the markets really started to pick up. But this October, we didn't really see it fully pick up. Yes, it did go higher. It did increase up to a 2.4 trillion dollar market cap, but um, getting to the new month, right? This new month is kind of pushing it down or pulling it down, right? Um, so I don't know exactly where it started, but I believe it was lower than that 2.45, $2.44 trillion market cap. So we did see an increase over October. It just wasn't as impactful as last October. Um, but hopefully this December we see things like Terra Luna Classic. We see things like a lot of meme coins and maybe some altcoins that are making some moves. That's the hope. That's the dream. But it's good that you get cash on that date and you can see you can make more investments. Guys, again, we have 135 people that are here and we have 77 likes. So again, I appreciate you guys for hitting the like button. If you guys want to trade on Margex, let's say you have a lower price right now and you see an opportunity, you can utilize Margex in order to trade. You'll get what's called, you can get up to a 50 or actually 100x leverage overall. So if you want to trade at 100x leverage or 5x leverage or 10x leverage, feel free to use my link for Margex, which is in the chat as well as in the description. Um, can we believe Jim Rickards? Rick Rickards. I don't know about what. XRP is pumping. XRP is making a move positively. I wouldn't say it's necessarily pumping. It's up by 0.6% over the last 24 hours. Past hour it's moved though. So yeah, I guess because without this 1.7%, without this 1.7% increase over the past hour, you wouldn't see it positive over the past 24 hours. So yeah, it's definitely making a little bit of a move. Overall, the past hour, the markets do look inherently green. It's just the past 24 hours, things do not look great at all. Um, Nolan Ryan was popular. I remember in the 80s. Yes, sir. What about Grok? I already answered that. What's your thoughts on Moo Moo meme on Solana? I haven't looked into it, but I'll have to maybe take some time to to look into it. Maybe it's some point in the next 5 minutes, or maybe it's in the next day. We'll see. What happened to TFL Lunic Burns? What do you mean? Explain a little bit more. I mean, Binance is still burning, but from what I understand, we have to check to see if they're going to burn today. I don't know if that has already gone through. I got my limit orders placed now. Now I wait. Man, what did I do with those cards? Oh my God, it might be in my Gramps attic. Whatever it, I mean, they're put away. But but for me, like I even have cards over here where I have a couple of Caitlin Clark cards. I have both um, draft cards. These are Panini Instant, so we now have the Panini cards that are through the box, but we have the Panini Instant cards, which is the WNBA draft, the 24 uh, draft cards. But then I have one that was graded by Beckett as well, which obviously is a better grading thing. So I have both of these and a 9.5. I wish it was a 10. If you got graded a 10 from Beckett, that would be amazing. But I have these and I would like to get some more um, because I feel like you don't get this opportunity. It's like getting cards. It's like getting a Jordan card when he first came into the league and getting that graded and getting autographs and all that. You don't have those opportunities of having someone that like started the interest, the hype to that league, right? So having that opportunity, I want to take full advantage of that and get as many cards as possible, whether it's a base cards or whether it's the tie dye cards or something. Bro, Courage the Cowardly Dog, best cartoon. I loved this cartoon. Well actually during that time I didn't know what I was watching then. Anytime it came on, because I would want to watch other cartoons. Anytime it came on, I was like, um, I don't really want to watch this. But now that I don't watch it, I mean, it's goated. It's a great cartoon, fantastic cartoon. I loved it. I loved it for a short period of time, but then there was just too much of it, and now I just miss it. Right? Honestly, I don't even know where I could watch it if I wanted to watch it, just to get a little sense of nostalgia. TFL was set to burn their assets yesterday, and they didn't. I think XRP will see in April after the president certification is complete in the U.S. and then markets respond. Wars also react price. So I think April assert my idea and vision. That's a great point, or a couple of great points. We'll take that all into consideration. I hope things happen a lot sooner. I hope the markets start to skyrocket, but we see a major impact over, obviously the year of 2025 throughout. But there's been so many years where it's like things have dropped down, right? In 2021, things fell. And then we got to, I think it was like end of 2021, 2022, people were like, oh, 2022 is going to be the year, or 2023 is going to be the year. And it's like the amount of time that it's gone, stayed at these lower levels and actually found ways to continue to decrease was just insane. And to go, 3 years now, um, 3 years, for some reason I can't, 22, 23, 24. So 3 years now, with, this kind of not at the lowest point now. I feel like right now it's at a midpoint compared to where it was, because we did see that the crypto market was at a $3 trillion market cap during that time, and now it's at a 2.4, $2.3 trillion market cap, and the highest point that it got to this year was 2.75. So 2.75, and then the highest market cap that we got to over the last bull market was $3 trillion. We have so much room to grow, especially with only Bitcoin that really made that major move and kind of created the $2.7 trillion market cap that we've seen, right? A 70 plus $1,000 price point, and that accounts for extra hundreds of thousands, or sorry, hundreds of millions of dollars. I have to go. great chat, and hope to see more of this. Have a great day. Yeah, you too, Paul V. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I have many low to middle market cap gaming crypto coins. Gaming coins could come to at some point. What do you think? Gaming crypto coins? I like great gaming cryptos. I feel like gaming is a very popular market and lucrative market as well. When it comes to games, it's so easy to implement a crypto coin into it, just being able to earn for playing those games. And I think with how popular, playing Xbox, playing computer games, playing all of these different titles are, um, you can utilize a virtual currency within there, whether it's a standard currency overall, and you can replace whatever the currency is with cryptocurrency, and you can spend that cryptocurrency just like you would with whatever the virtual currency is. I mean, every game really has it. You look at NBA 2K games, right? They have virtual currency, VC. You look at Call of Duty, right? You can buy different skins and different weapons and all that stuff, which I have been playing Black Ops 6 recently, and I've been loving it. I always like when a game has a good sniper that I can use, and it seems like they do have a decent sniper that I can use. Some games the snipers are just too slow, and I can't use them. Then I have to go resort to my second option, which would be handguns. So, but it's fun, very fun to play. But yeah, every game you can find a way to implement it. So yeah, I'm huge on gaming crypto coins, and I can't wait to see how that progresses for the future. Blah, 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 blah. We riding this wave like Red Bull surfers. What is your exit strategy, and who will you use? What are your thoughts on Caleb and Brown? Thanks. Um, so I guess I can go into some of that, right? What's my exit strategy on what? Uh, what is your exit strategy? Let's see if Dave has any other comments. What is my exit strategy in general? I have many exit strategies, not just one. So when I go into this is a dividend tracker, I'll have to bring up something else. Let me go ahead and go into my all my spreadsheets. If I go into all my spreadsheets, I have many different exit strategies, and these are not planned out for me. These are just generic um, exit strategies, actually blank exit strategies. Some of them have something filled out, but it's not mine. I have mine off to the side and what I'm going to do, but I have exit strategies for XRP, CRO, Jasmine Coin, Elon, whatever, right? Just many different things. I actually don't even have Elon, but Grok, Farm, AVAX, ADA, all of those, I have my own exit strategies that are built throughout these. And the reason why I build these exit strategies is so that I'm not being greedy. I don't need to hold XRP until it gets to $10,000 per coin. Why? Because I have, right, if I go over here, I have 90,000 XRP. So if it gets to $10,000 per coin, that's worth, let me go ahead and get this out of here. And $10,000 per coin is worth $900 million. Do I need $900 million? No. Would I like $900 million? If somebody was going to give it to me, yes. But I don't need to be greedy and try and take at that level. I don't even need to take it $1,000 per coin. The the goals that I have for cryptocurrency for overall is to be able to uh, kind of fund all my other ventures and things that I really want to do. I was just talking to my brother about real estate and finding some of these properties. There's some of these properties that literally pay $200 or $300 in taxes, and yes, you do have to fix it up a bit, but they are how they are kind of maintained right now, it really makes no sense why they aren't putting more money back into that property. Like if they're paying $200 $300 or whatever in taxes per month, and they're gathering $3,000, put that money back into that property so you can fix it, right? It doesn't have to be top tier or the best thing ever, but you definitely shouldn't be having leaks in ceilings. You shouldn't be having trees that are protruding into the walls. You shouldn't be having so many different things that are going on with these properties. Tear the tree down. It's going to cost you a couple $100 to tear it down. Like, I don't understand that at all. And so it's just blowing my mind of how much people put up with and how much they pay. Because there's no way that if I'm getting if I'm paying $300 in taxes, that I would even think about charging anyone $700, $800, or $1,000 to live there. It's like, why would I do that? I understand there's a lot of people that want to be greedy or get whatever market value is, but yeah, my goal is to bring down the cost for renting in that area, and that's what I will do. I will buy many places in order to fix it up and continue to be a good landlord rather than a bad one. I own 5 properties. I have no issues with, but wouldn't waste your time in properties. My best and easiest returns are in Uniswap DeFi. It's not about returns for me. Yes, I would love to get a return in general. I would like to be able to profit in the end, because that's the idea about finding ways to sustain some of these things. I would like to be able to be profitable, but no way am I looking to do this as just a way to just continue to build wealth there. Now, if it does add to my wealth, that's great. But what I would do is primarily just put the money aside so that I can make sure that people are living comfortably, not complaining about rent and all of that stuff. I've seen some of these properties, and the taxes will go up by maybe $100, $200 within that year, but they'll raise everybody's rent by like $50, meaning that over 10 months they're gathering $500 while they're only paying in just one unit, while they're only paying an extra $200 in taxes. So it's dumb to me that they would do that. So I'm not looking for major profit. I'm looking for I guess competitive pricing and stuff like that, and making sure that the money goes back into it. Yes, there's going to be wear and tear. Yes, there's going to be bad tenant. Yes, there's going to be a lot of stuff. Like, I'm aware of all that stuff, but I want to make sure that we have competitive prices there. Hopefully, the best prices, the rent prices on the block, because I really just don't get it. If you're like, the margins are crazy. If you own that house and you pay $200, $300 in taxes and you make $3,000, you're making 10 times what you paid during the month. Or if we look at the year and it's $3,600 and you're getting in a good $36,000, put a lot of that money back into the property. It doesn't have to be all of it, but put money back into the property, keep some on the side. That's the full value of the property so that you can fix up things, and then whatever else is left is whatever is left. If you have any maintenance costs, if you have any issues, you have the value of the property to fix it up. So again, it's not about gaining the most profit possible, but that's one of my ventures. I want to be able to do that. However, the main thing is to be able to live off of the dividends, right? To make my money work for me rather than me work for my money. And I think that's everybody's goal, is to say, instead of working as hard as possible and putting your body through torture to earn $1, but instead, after you earn that $1, to say, hey, you know what? This $1 could make me 20 cents on it. or this $100 could make me $20 on it, or this $1,000 could make me $200 on it, and so on and so forth. That's the goal, and that should be the goal for you. And if you don't know any ways to do that, I suggest you research it. Or I have my other channels, my credit card channel, my stock channel, and then even this one that I still talk about long-term gains within the crypto market. Canadian COVID stranded in and buying eco tourists in the dream. 12x my investment. Soon building custom homes. Home in Vancouver style quality. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I have a ton of goals when it comes. I have yet to really dive into real estate. The only property that I own is our property.
Triple Evan Gaiman donated $20 through Super Chat.
Thank you.
What's your opinion on Bite the Eye digital dog narrative? Don't worry, my conviction is strong. Best narrative in my opinion. This super cycle for meme coins website has all the info on why I believe that. One of one.
So I think I've heard more about this. I think I've heard a lot about. It might have been from you. Bite the AI digital dog net, which was like, if I'm not mistaken, a kind of, I wouldn't say comparison, or something that's it somehow ties in with Grok. Like that's how I see it there. I've seen a lot of hype and a lot of attention behind it. I haven't dove into it in a while. So let's see where it is. Because I know there's another bite, but that's not the right bite that you're talking about. Because there's Bite AI that I've seen the market cap for, and honestly, the market cap was a lot higher. And there's also Bite the AI dog, which is AI dog narrative, which I believe is this one, right? That sits at a $12.25 million market cap, and you have all the supply that is out there. You really don't have a crazy amount of volume. I think that's kind of where I look at it and go, okay, you need to see a lot more volume here, and that may come from the places that it's available on. You have Uniswap, you have Polynex. You really don't have any tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. You don't have many exchanges here, and I think that's where you need that growth, and you need that popularity. So I don't know how you get about doing that, or what their goals are, and what they're looking to do there, but you need that volume, and you can't just survive off of Uniswap volume. But the fact that it does have some sort of popularity, and I see anytime you would mention Grok and Easter egg inside of Grok. Got you. What was that? Okay. Yeah, I feel as though it does have a little bit of attention behind it. I haven't checked out like what the growth has been, but let's look over the last year. I mean, the highest point that it got to was 0.00006, and now it's at 0.00013. So you have a lot of room to grow even up to that point, which was a $35 million market cap, but could have a lot more hype, especially in the meme coin craze, and seeing meme coins absolutely explode. And this could be one of those as well. Now, I'm not saying that it absolutely will. I'm not saying that everybody should get involved in it. Guys, do your own research within it, because again, you're not seeing a ton of volume, and you are seeing a $12 million market cap. However, it could be something that pushes to a $120 million market cap, or 1.2 billion. You never truly know what is going to be that thing to take off, and what's going to catch everybody's attention. And it could be this. So take it all with a grain of salt. But where it stands, it needs to have more markets available. And if not an S tier exchange, you need at least tier 1 exchanges to kind of create that higher tiered volume. Somebody says Bite to 1 billion by the end of November 2024. and that happened on October 29th, 2024. Justin Sun is our top holder too. The real bite ending in, yeah, that's it. A521. Also, if you are lower than others, then you'll always have a full apartment making money. There's an apartment next to me with no one there over a month because it is too expensive. So they are losing money. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the plan. It's not necessarily to gain the most money possible. Right? I want to create thinner margins everywhere. Because these margins that people have, if you have a 10x profit, that's insane, right? If you have a 2x profit, that's normal. 3x profit, that's not ridiculous compared to everything else. If you own the place as well. Because what you're paying in taxes, if you do own it outright, if you have a mortgage right on that property and you're looking to pay that mortgage, it's a different story. But even if like you're looking at the taxes, you probably pay with the value of like that property and everything. Certain properties within the city, it's not as expensive as things that are standalone properties because this is like basically row homes, right? It's like all attached. You you basically have $300 in taxes, $300 in a mortgage payment or something like that, and $600 overall. So essentially, yes, you are paying a lot more if you do have a mortgage, but if you just buy it outright, eventually you need to gain that money back that you put into it. Um, but that's throughout time. I don't care about that. What I care about is offering um, a lot of people to live in a comfortable living situation and be a good landlord and make sure that there's no bug issues, make sure there's no mice or anything like that, and just help out as much as you can and give them a place that is comfortable financially as well as comfortable physically. That's my plan. But yeah, that's true. You would always have people that are living there and no vacancies if it's low enough. How low can Jasmine go? So this is where it's tough, right? I was looking into. Let me go over here. Not going over there. I need to go to trade. If I go to Margex here, because it has some of the best charting you can have. If I go to Jasmine Coin, and it's currently sitting at 1.7, almost 1.8 cents. If we look at the 50 moving average, it has found a way to kind of break through that 50 moving average down to 16, 16.6, the lowest point that I see this at. If we see a strong enough pullback, it could break through it, but it seems to bounce off of this 15 level. But I don't expect it to really go lower than that. If I actually, let me go here. If I look at the 200 EMA, let's see if that can be visible. For some reason, the 200 EMA is not visible here. Why not? Why not? Oh, it's probably because I have it on a different look. I have it on a week look. When I want to look at minutes, maybe not 1 minute, I can look at 5 minutes. Either way, it still should have 200. Indicators. Moving average, exponential. And we want to edit this to give you a 200 look. And I don't want it to be blue. I don't know why it's blue. How do I change that? There we go. We'll do yellow. It's got to do yellow. And make it a little bit thicker. There we go. Last year. still is not giving me the breakdown of that. It's showing me by week, but it's not giving me the breakdown of the 200 EMA. But it's bouncing off the 50 moving average. I wanted to see it just bounce off of there and kind of pick back up because we have so much room, right? We have so much room for growth here. But that lowest point that we've seen for quite some time is that 1.5, 1.6 level, especially more recently, the 1.6 level. I don't want to see a break below that. I want to see it stay where it is or skyrocket way above where we are right now. And the reason is because I actually have liquidation points. So I have Jasmine coin over here, a liquidation point of 1.3. So I don't think that'll be hit, but anything could happen, right? I also have my main liquidation points over here. If I go to main trading, we go to whatever, we have Jasmine coin at a 50x leverage where my liquidation point is 1.6. So we're getting very close to it, but I have a 50x leverage here, and I also already have taken $750 worth of profit. But right now, it's only up $44 and 63 cents, or 777%. It was up, thousands of percent, but this is where it stands now. So I would say that we should see no lower than 1.5. But again, if we see a strong liquidation train and a full pullback, like a stronger pullback before we see things really pick up, which could definitely happen, and a lot of people believe is going to happen, we could see those prices being hit. But if you own Jasmine coin outright, you have nothing to worry about because Jasmine coin is going to be worth a lot more in the future. It's just short term, you may see those pullbacks. So leverage trading, you might want to, it's definitely a big risk to take on, but it's a risk that I'm willing to take, especially since I've already taken a lot of profit out of that. I just want enough to work a few days less. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of the goal as well. We shouldn't be working ourselves to the bone um, in order to just put food on the table. It's getting more difficult every single day to, you know, travel to work. Simple as go to work, right? Gas is expensive. Um, Compared to where it was way back in the day, right? Food is ridiculously expensive. Clothes are expensive as well. I know some people have habits in buying things that they don't need to buy, um, and me included. I'll see some shoes that I really really like, and I'll buy them, and I don't necessarily need them, and it's just that I want them and I want to wear them with a certain outfit or something like that. But it's not something we need to have. And if that money goes into an account over the next 30 years, it could be worth so much more. But we don't see that at the moment. We only see those shoes. We only see that outfit. We only see, whatever we want versus what we need, you know? So I feel you. I feel you. I, I'm in a unique situation because technically I work for myself and I can go days without making any content and still have revenue come in the door. I also have a dividend portfolio that generates, it has generated about 8 to 10% over this last year, as well as being able to give me about $4,000. Is it $4,000? $2,000 worth of dividend payments over the last year, and it's going to be more over the next year. It's going to be like $4 or $5,000 over the next year, and then hopefully we can gain another 8 to 10%. But I can find a way to consistently gain more because I've been able to establish these things, and I hope with crypto I can establish it a lot faster. Because if you won the lottery today, what would you do with that money? Let's say you won 100, no, let's say you won $10 million from the lottery. Not a crazy amount where it's 100 million and that's after taxes, right? Let's say you won 20 million, half of it goes towards taxes and you have half that you are going to utilize for yourself. If you won 10 or had $10 million right now, what would you decide to do with that $10 million? And I would like to know your answers. What would you decide to do? Give me your breakdowns. If you won $10 million in the lottery right now, um, what would you decide to do with that money to sustain wealth as well as being able to live off of that wealth? Hit the like button. Yes, definitely hit the like button. Good morning. Buy the dip. Yeah, I know. We see this large dip that's going on right now. Shiba Inu coins 1.8 million, and same for Bonk. 576 coins XRP. Jasmine 1,567. What do you think of Alchemex? I talked about it yesterday. That was the only video that I posted yesterday. It's a sleeper coin for me. I know some people may look at it and they're like, I don't know. I don't see it. I see it a little bit. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I definitely see some potential there. It's like button noobs. Yes. Uh, how many altcoins still get wrecked? We are cooked. I'm still hoping for altcoin season from December to March. Open a business, buy some stocks and property. Yeah, I mean, specifically, do you have like things that are in mind at those moments when you say, obviously property can shift. You can look at that, but when it comes to stocks and open a business, do you have something in mind, or is it just something where you're like, I would just open a business because that's the way to go? Because if you don't have a business plan or anything like that, you're gonna be flooded with business plans from friends and family because they're gonna say, "Hey, I got an idea of what you could do with the money, what you can do with your money." It's like, I don't know if you, I don't know if you should be doing that or telling me your ideas. When you win the lottery or you do something, you tell me, or you do your own business. But if I'm not passionate about that business, I'm not going to open the business. Um, buy property, yeah, that's good. Buy land, that's actually really good as well. Um, I would go to McDonald's with my wife. Yeah, I what we have the luxury of doing, which is great, is now every day or every week that she has off, we have a lunch date. Every single week, and we don't have to pay for babysitting because the kids are at school, um, and we're able to do that. I think that's a good thing to do, to just go somewhere. I don't know if it's McDonald's, but go somewhere and just sit down and reflect on what just happened, what you have, talk about it, and don't do anything rash. Don't do anything with it yet. Just talk about it, and understand what it is and what that means for yourself before you dive into things. Because that's like someone getting a paycheck and going, I'm gonna buy shoes and buy clothes and do all this other stuff. So yeah, you should take your time and go to McDonald's, have a burger, go to Chipotle and get guac, right? Buy 1 million in XRP. I would put I would buy XRP, XLM, Quant, DV, or sorry, NVDL, Nvidia, including Tesla. Interesting. 5 million in crypto. That's a lot to put into cryptocurrency. Now I know you would see that return so much, but that also brings back to my thought, and 2 million in gold and silver. That brings the gold and silver is more of a slow, sustainable growth that you can get there. Um, but for 5 million to go into crypto, back into crypto, I don't know if you necessarily need 5 million in crypto, because that then leads to my thought of not saying you are greedy, but it leads to a thought of greed, right? Because crypto is supposed to grow by a massive amount, right? It's a speculative market, and you want to be able to grow your wealth a heck of a lot. Um, but it is also speculative, right? Where things could happen, things could go south, and depending on what cryptos you put money into, it could be something that really goes sour on you. Um, I would say at max 10% into crypto, a million into crypto. Um, but if you have a stronger conviction towards something, obviously I wouldn't, tell you, hey, don't do that. You could do whatever you feel is necessary. I just want everyone to sustain that wealth and be able to live off that wealth. I think I already talked to my wife, and we go to the Philippines, and my wife would buy houses and rent a little cheaper, so mine are always full. Our money is more over there. I could buy a lot. Interesting. Like it's worth more and it'll go farther. My father wants a pig farm, so I could join him with that. I don't know what you're talking about. I might have missed some things. Real estate, dividend stocks, Bitcoin. Yeah, I think when you look at it, 3 million in homes, so 2 million, so 5 million, 2 million, 3 million in different homes. Um, yeah, I think what I would do, and that's all great if you guys have a plan for what you want to do, whether it's a broader plan or it's something that's more specific. But I know for me, it's all about being able to make sure that I can pay normal bills first, right? If everything failed and um, I couldn't work or do anything, right? Let's say I became a vegetable or something. Let's say anything did happen. I wanted to make sure, and always will want to make sure, that my family will be okay, that they can gather money from certain places and be able to live off that interest. That's kind of what I want to do. So for me, it would be about funding long term, not only dividend plays, but just long term, broader market plays that will consistently grow and consistently gain maybe 5 to 10%. So if I have $1 million that's in there, that's in, let's say, the broader market, and I'm gaining 10%, I'm gaining $100,000 every single year, which would be great for my family to be able to live off of, right? Because one would want to have my house paid off, would want to have every single loan that I would have, kind of gone. So that would go to that first, is paying off debts, which I know um, the way that I look at it sometimes, actually, the way that I should be looking at it is not always the right way. Because if I put $100,000 into the broader market and it grows over the next 10 years or the next 20 years, I could have a lot more than if I just took that $100,000 and saved the interest from my home, right? Yes, I would pay, maybe 50,000 or $70,000 less on my home, but with that $100,000 in the broader market, I could have gained so much more. So, and maybe, just maybe, in the long game, if I did pay it off early and I had a lot of money that I came into and continue to come into, and I don't have to pay my mortgage at all, I have to do is pay taxes, I could then um, put that into the broader market anyway. So it's all about protecting um, family and making sure that we can pay bills. That's kind of what it's all about. So um, I definitely would have to put multiple millions, about 1 million into the broader market, as well as another 1 million into my dividend assets, which honestly is investing into broader market sectors. So 2 million into the broader market, collecting a decent amount in dividends, as well as being able to collect about $200,000 a year in uh, interest, in being able to in gains. But while I don't need it, that $200,000 every year will get reinvested into that. So $2 million, and the next year will turn to 2.2. 2.2 will turn into 2.4, and obviously it will be at a compound interest, so it'll be a little bit more, but let's just make it easy, 2.4, and then you'll see 2.6 and 2.8 and $3 million, and then it'll be by $300,000, so it'll be 3.3 and 3.6 and 3.9, and then it'll be by $400,000, 4.4, whatever, right? So that's kind of the plan there, but then you also have multiple millions that you could put elsewhere. And I think a lot of it is going to have to go into, high interest savings account until you figure out what you're going to do fully with it, but slowly make my way into the real estate market and be able to kind of control, honestly, a whole block. And then hire contractors when needed. Make sure you manage those, and bring maybe my family into it and make them managers of properties, and all of that, and make sure that they're gaining wealth as well. That's kind of the idea. You've great advice for people. Well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. Uh, Discussing what I learned, how the rich dodge taxes, because I'm invested in my future of getting my gains. Put 3 million in my construction company and 3 million in crypto, and live on that. Live on the rest. That's good. Then you would have 4 million that you, depending where you put it. That's the issue. Is like you need to, when you say live on the rest, are you saying that you would just use that to just live, like as you would just spend the money, not necessarily have that money make any money? Because I feel like with, let's say, $4 million, it's going to take you a long time to go through $4 million, and you'd rather gain something while that $4 million is sitting there. Maybe in the first year you'll spend $200,000 of it, right? But in that first year of you spending $200,000, you could have gained 400,000 by putting it into the broader market. You know what I mean? So it's it's uh, it's definitely something that you can continue to live off of by putting it somewhere where it can make a little bit of money for you. You know what I mean? Because if you put it into a bank account, yes, the bank will be happy. They'll pay you 0.01% APR on that. And I feel like that's not enough. It might be 0.1%, not 0.01%. But either way, it's still very low. It's less than 1%. And you can utilize the money by the time 10 years comes down the line, right? And let's say you use all that money in 10 years, you could either use all the money and still have the money left over by compound interest, or you can use all the money and have no money left over. So which one would you want? I would imagine it would be the one where you still have $4 million left over because you used all the interest rather than the actual money. Trying to soak up all government laws and loopholes for the rich and how they're dodging taxes and all that. I mean, that's kind of the system, right? Is to uh, work around the system so that you can pay less. That's kind of what everybody wants to do, but they just have all the knowledge, and they also have all of the tax professionals to do so the right way without breaking any laws. And I'm not saying I applaud them, but the more money you have, the better tax professional you can hire, or a tax professional in general. Regular people can't hire a tax professional um, to get them the best, or give them advice on how they can pay less taxes. The only professionals you can hire is when you're about to file your taxes, which they can give you the best return that you can get, or make you pay the least amount that you would have. But it's you can't really fix anything that happened in the previous year if it's already the new year. You know what I mean? So yeah, I hear you 100%. Staking and living off the staking rewards is the real passive income. Just saying, yes and no. depending on what you're investing into, there's a lot of projects out there that you're getting staking rewards because they heavily dilute the overall project. And there's others that you can get staking rewards forever. I'm hoping that CRO is that. I'm hoping that many others are also that, but we'll see. You give great advice for people. Thank you. Think Bitcoin will get to $3 million in 2030. I don't know about that, but that would be great. Bro, the shirt is killing it, my G. I appreciate that. I like the shirt. I've gotten more compliments on this shirt than anything else when I did go out the first time I wore it. They were like, "I love the shirt, man." I was like, "Yeah, I like it. Thank you." $100 is equal to $5,845.95 Philippine pesos. That's great. Um, but yeah, I mean, whatever you feel like, wherever your money will go the farthest, yeah, that would be good. Because what you would probably do is take the money that you gain over here, which is made at a certain rate, and then take it over there. It's like when people make a lot of money in New York, and then they um, end up moving to a place where the cost of living is very low. But obviously, if you worked a job in that place as well, you would also be paid at a lower rate. So people tend to do that, especially when they either live on their own or they live not off the grid, but they don't have kids or anything like that. You can make a lot of money and then move someplace to where it doesn't cost a lot to live. Minimum price for Hoppy in the peak of the bull run. I would also wait. I would also upon up a precious metal recycle company. It's wise to store up gold and silver assets. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a gold and silver person, but yeah, I mean, you're never gonna see that drastically fall off the face of the earth. It has its value, and it's going to have more value as time goes on. It's going to slowly appreciate in value, increase in value, and I have nothing bad to say about that. I just haven't ever put money into either the digital side of gold and silver or the physical side of gold and silver. Because if you actually have, it's like having cash on hand. If you have cash on hand, um, people can just take that. They can go in your house and just take it. But if it's something that's digital, it's much, much more difficult for them to take. However, um, there have been a lot of hacks in companies taking credit card information, taking bank account information, taking um, you know wallets or wallet addresses and taking their money. The digital side, right? Staking can make you thousands a day in rewards if you invest enough. Free game. That's true. They can. Um, Market seems to recover. It's recovering right now. Um, doesn't look like it's fully recovering, but we do see Bitcoin that's approaching the $70,000 mark. Ethereum that's approaching, it's still at the same levels, 2,500. We have BNB that's sort of at the same level. Some things that are up in the last hour. Um, Let me go over here. Some things that are up in the last hour, but not a crazy amount, right? Solana's up to $168. XRP is actually slightly down in the past hour. Dogecoin is up by 1.4% in the past hour, but still down by 6% in the last 24 hours. So yeah, it looks like some things are recovering. A lot of green in the market, but it's not necessarily recovering. You still see the negativity within the last 24 hours. So yeah, if you are looking to reinvest in crypto, you should live in a state or a country like Dubai. You don't pay taxes on crypto. I mean, yeah, that's all. That's all up to you. If you're comfortable where you live, then pay your taxes. And like I never really tried to avoid taxes at all. I understand that the tax system is important. I just wish they always used it towards, the things that are necessary rather than things that are unnecessary. But for some things, like it may be necessary for some, and it may not be necessary for all. Uh, but there's a lot of things that I feel like some of the tax money goes to that you don't see any benefit from, or at least the everyday people don't see benefit from. But sometimes rich do, or um, sometimes, and I understand like we need funding and the military, but do we need that much funding? Like that's where that kind of falls out of place for me. Exactly, I keep telling people, I keep trying to help people make more money. uh, it's just a lack of knowing. 100%. I tell people all the time, especially my family members, look, there is so much money to be made. The fact that my brother is an amazing welder and he is not making any type of welding content on YouTube, on platforms or whatever, and just doing what he loves and teaching people. He teaches people at work all the time, and he is not making something of it. My cousin loved to play basketball and would literally play basketball for hours upon hours upon hours. And it's like, why don't you spend some of that time, again, making content? People want to see other people play basketball. If you play really well and you feel like you do some things that are great, other people may think the same, or maybe they don't. If you feel like you want to teach people some things that that you do well, do it. If you talk about properties, there's people that can own properties. You could cut grass. You could be a landscaper. You could also record that. There's so many things that people want to see you do, and honestly, they don't know that they want to see it until you do it. So I keep telling people all the time, like there's so many ways outside of just what you're doing here to make extra money, and then also to be able to take that money and have that money make money for you, rather than you saying, hey, I want to go and buy this. Well, technically this can give you value, but let's say you're like, hey, I wanted to go and buy these pack of cards. You buy these pack of cards, it's $5. That $5 could have made you money in the long run. Year over year over year, it could have made you money, but you wanted to buy this pack of cards just because maybe you wanted to use it one time. I mean, that's not really um, it's not really looking like a positive thing for me because I've only used this pack of cards one time. Now it did come with a whole poker thing, so um, that's a whole other story. But still, um, you buy something that maybe you don't necessarily need or you'll never use when you could just put that money away. I gave the best advice that I can give to a second grade class is to learn about early. And I said, go home and and tell your parents about the key words that you learned here today, which is saving and invest, right? Save your money and invest. A lot of people struggle with that first part. Saving money is very, very difficult. For some people, money burns a hole in their pocket. They're like, you know what? I want to live my life the way it is. I want to make sure. Well, you know that there are days and months and weeks and all of those that you are struggling to make ends meet. So why not, when you're up, save that money so that you can stay up? Like, I don't understand that at all. I've never, well, when I first started working, I learned this lesson very, very quickly because I gathered, and maybe I'll get like a paycheck that's like $600, and I'm like, oh man, I don't have to pay any bills. I'm still in school. I can just spend money. I can take this money and put it somewhere else. And I was doing the math. This is how much money I can make over a year. This is how much money I could save or whatever. And I wasn't ever doing that. I would take the money, $600, ended up buying a pool for a house that we lived in where it took up majority, actually all of the backyard. Um, Actually, throughout high school, I must have bought 3 different pools, which we didn't need any of them. And we used maybe 3 times a year, 4 times a year or something. And it was crazy. So I was just spending money on that and then also spending money on clothes consistently because when I was in elementary school and middle school, I didn't have any clothes. So, like I literally was poor, very poor. So with the fact that I didn't have, I always wanted to have. But then I learned that very quick. I was like, no, absolutely not. I started saving, and obviously I'm where I'm at because of that. So you didn't reply to my question. I apologize. I tend to go on rants at times. I don't know what the question was. Minimum price for a hoppy in the peak of the bull run. I don't know what that is. I don't know what hoppy is. I don't hold any hoppy. I don't know what it is. So can't really give my suggestion there. I could probably look at it just to see what it is. Oh, so this is like another frog coin that's ranked 313. It's at a $123 million market cap with $7 million worth of volume, 6% volume to market cap ratio. All of the supply is out there at 420 billion coins. And if you look at history, it's kind of at the highest price that it's been over the past year. If we look at, or actually over the past few months, right? You have from April all the way until, November, where it's at the highest price that it has been. It's done nothing but grow. We have seen it increase to a 3019 level. It's currently at a 3029 level. But it went all the way down to 4 zeros, 39. So you could have had a decent gain from there. Different places that's available on, you have bitmartxt.com, you have CoinW. So it looks like something that's definitely seeing some hype from the halving period all the way until where we are here today, but definitely a lot of success. Maybe a couple of tier 1 exchanges, tier 2 exchanges, I would say, but 28 or 26 different pairings. I would say it really depends on the traction. It depends on where it's available on, because right now it's not even really available on a major tier 1 exchange or S tier exchange. So I would say, without really going into crazy detail there or crazy information, I would say that it really depends on getting on a tier 1 exchange. Not necessarily has to be on an S tier exchange. I know it's difficult to really get on Coinbase and Binance, and sometimes you have to pay a lot, or it just takes a lot of time. But with those S tier or with those tier 1 exchanges, it creates more volume and more hype, more attention, which we don't have at the moment. But it is a meme play. Who really knows how far it's going to go? I would say it's going to have some success, especially with the success that it already has had. But again, tier 1 exchange. Hopefully that answers the question to the best of my ability. I don't have it, but what are you doing up so early? I mean, I'm typically up this early. It's like whether I'm streaming or not. We got 140 people that are here and 140 likes. I appreciate you guys for liking and commenting and the super chat that I got as well. I appreciate all of you guys. I'm new to investing and want to get into trading. Do you have any suggestions where I could learn? Do you have any videos on investing in general? I do have some videos on investing in general. I do also have videos on my Patreon about investing, but I think there's there's rules to kind of, I guess, learning. I wouldn't say rules. There's things that you need to learn first, and I think first you need to understand what you're trying to get out of it, whether it's short term, like really short term, whether it's standard short term or long term, you know, trades out of it, because there are a lot of people that give long-term advice for investing into the broader market and all of that, investing into index funds. But there's also people that get into day trading. So it really depends where you want to start. I I suggest that you start with understanding the broader market before you get into understanding, you know, charting and candlesticks and different indicators and all of those things there. um, I The way that I started was just by trial and error, but I ended up learning everything I learned from these books over here. Give me a second. I ended up learning a lot from these books right here, which is How to Day Trade for a Living. How to Day Trade for a Living, the beginner's guide to trading tools and tactics and all that stuff. So I learned how to trade a lot with this, and I also I have the what's it called, digital copies or audio copies. So that's why they're in kind of pristine condition, because I barely touched these. I just wanted them for the physical books. But yeah, and also they have a couple of visuals that you obviously can't see through audio, but still, I learned from these, and it taught me all about the mental side of trading, as well as understanding charting, as well as understanding discipline, all of those things. So I I that was the best. That was the best advice that I've gotten, because I think the discipline was what I needed. But yeah, I would start with just books. I would start with actually Audible. You can listen to some books while you're maybe running on the treadmill, or biking, or whatever, going to sleep, um, because you'll get a lot of information, and you can also look up whatever book you want. You'll get a credit as you do pay for a membership. Um, every single month, I believe you get one or two book credits. So then you can type in what you want and find the best book for starting investing. Where should you start? Um, but yeah, that's my best advice, I would say, um, to kind of start there. Should I push the brew button on my coffee maker now, or wait for a better opportunity? Um, I don't know if that's like a metaphor for something, or what. You're saying, should I sell my stock now or wait for a better opportunity, or buy now or should I wait for a better opportunity? I made a little bit off of Book of Meme. Yeah, I still have Book of Meme. I think it's going to be something that's worth a lot more than where we stand right now. There's something wrong with your mic. I don't think so. Mic seems to be fine. It's a little bit above my head, so if I'm down here, you can't really hear it as well. Or like if something is like uh a noise that's off to the side. Like if I press this button over here, you won't be able to hear it as much. You might hear a little bit of it, but it won't. You won't hear all of it. So like,
Go away! Leave this old man to me! I don't need your kind of trouble!
yeah. See, I don't even know if you heard all that, because sometimes it ends up cutting out. But yeah, I have that guy over there. I'm probably gonna need to change him out because it's not even October anymore. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's your price prediction for XRP for 2025, 2026? So my what I want to see is, I would love to see $1 to $5 by the end of this year. Obviously, we only have 2 months, but anything could happen within those 2 months. Within next year, I want to see it go from $10, somewhere between 10 to 25, potentially more than that. But honestly, I have to be completely honest. I don't need to see it at a ridiculously high level. $100 is really all I need at max. Um, so and when it comes to being able to make a crazy amount, like if it gets to $10 for me, that's already $1 million that I've gained, or not technically $900,000, $950,000 that I would gain from XRP. Now I still would have to pay taxes on that, so I obviously want it to grow a lot further than just $10. Um, but getting to $25 would also be a $2.5 million level. Do I need to go anything further than that? I really don't. Um, but would still have some in reserve and still have some left on the table so that we could see those things. And if we do see those things, we can make it happen. But I'm looking for $25 price point for 2026. I want to see it break that level of $100.
Free
Or at least
Diglets
get there.
donated $10 through Super Chat. XRP is FKNNNNNN dead DDDDD skull and crossbones 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 skull and crossbones.
Thank you for telling me you can't hear me. All right, we're good. Don't nobody else say it. Anyways, I it's hilarious, the crossbone skull and crossbone skull and crossbone skull. Um, so, you can have your opinion on XRP. Everybody can, whether you like it or you don't, whether you believe in it or you don't. Um, so uh, that's first. But second, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. And third, um, I just thought that was funny. I thought that was freaking hilarious. Um, I like XRP. I know XRP can go a lot farther, and it will go a lot farther. Um, and if you think that it's not going to make moves, I want to know the reason why. Is it because of the SEC, or it's just because it hasn't made moves in the past? Is it because history is kind of going to repeat itself to where XRP is going to stay at the level of 50 cents or 60 cents or never break past $1? I want to know your opinion on that, because I never like to just hear, oh, XRP is dead without any type of information behind it. Because when I talk about XRP as a positive and where it's going to go, it's because of I understand the use case to it. I understand the speed. I understand the reason as to why you would want to use it. There's so many things that I bring up as a positive side to say that XRP is going to flourish. But when it comes to a negative side, I want to hear why. But that was hilarious, though. I have to be honest. So many. So if you send a super chat with a bunch of emojis, they're gonna go ahead and break it down by what they see. Um, uh, Bro, I closed YouTube and came back thinking my sound was messed up on this on this Chromebook. I apologize. No, I muted it because it comes through when someone sends a super chat, and it starts reading it right away. It comes through this mic and it's picking up everything that's happening here because I don't have headphones on. If I had headphones on, it wouldn't pick it up, but it does pick it up, so I have to mute it every time. So sometimes I'll mute something and just forget immediately that I muted it. CRO is going to pass XRP. I don't know about that. I mean, it might briefly, depending on what happens with the SEC and everything there. I really don't see any type of reason to continue this lawsuit, but I guess that's the way that it's going. Um, I like to think. Wait, sorry. I like to think what do we need XRP to be at for a setup for the next rate cut cycle, 2028 and 2029. You like to think, what do we need XRP to be at for the next setup? Um, I'm sorry, I'm not under. You're saying that it's gonna take until 2028 to 2029 to have more rate cuts. What is the highest price XRP can reach? I mean, honestly, the sky's the limit for XRP when it comes to the highest price, um, because it really depends on the major use to it, right? Because if you have major use to where XRP is being utilized in banks, being utilized as the world reserve, the reserve currency, and a world currency in general, then you are now in a unique situation to where XRP is highly sought after, where its demand is just through the roof, and that can mean a ridiculous market cap for what XRP is and can be. So um, prices could reach, and I'm not saying it will, could reach 10 to 30,000, right? But am I saying that that's 100% going to happen? No, I'm not saying that. For me as an investor, I'm not looking for that. However, I will have 10,000 that could sit for that, right? Um, so I'm obviously looking at a um, 25 to $100 price point. Um, and depending on even the standard transactions and consistent transactions, so creating more burns and decreasing the supply versus overall increasing the supply, yeah, I see those things happening, getting up to a $10 price point. So if we look at where, let's go to exit plan, and we look at XRP, and we get up to $100 price point at right now, $100 price point for XRP at a, why do we have 55? What's the supply? Let me go ahead and check that out. I think it's 56.8. Oh, it's 56.87%, by the way. So the supply has gone up a little bit. Let me just copy it. And we'll go over here and bring it all to the exit plan, and we'll just paste this here. Don't know why I did that. That's the trade, leverage trade Margex. Don't know why. Let's just type it in. For some reason, it didn't copy it. 56.8, 56.87. We'll just do that. Okay. That's not happening. Why did I do point? Sometimes I don't understand. 56.87. There we go. Made that as difficult as it needed to be. But anyways, if you're at a $100 price point, which we could have done the math, it would be $5.6 trillion. Let's get this out of here. Oh wait, you know what? I might need this. Yeah, I might need that. Let me just do this. Boom. Now you can't see it. So at a $100 price point, it would be 56 or $5.6 trillion. That's not ridiculous for what XRP could be. So obviously, you're starting to look at multiple hundreds, where you get to a $200 price point. That's about a $10 trillion market cap. But then you start to get into some of these levels where it could be absolutely ridiculous, where $1,000 price point is 56 trillion, or $10,000 is 568 trillion, or $18,000 is $1 quadrillion. That is insane to even say that a market cap could get that high. But what we need to do is understand what this use could be and understand how it could be. The market cap shouldn't 100% matter, right? Because if we have a certain supply, let's say we have 100 billion coins that are in supply and we're utilizing XRP for pretty much everything, right? Where XRP is utilized by me to you, so person to bank, bank to bank, country to country, all those different things, and also being used as a store of value in a way because it does rise in value, and people are going to look at it and go, all right, well, maybe I should just hold this, because if they're just going to continue to use it, this is going to continue to increase in value. So now, do you have 100,000 or 100 billion coins in supply? No, you honestly have 25% of that that's sitting off to the side. So you only have 75 billion coins total. Or you have even more. You have 50% or more than 50% that's held off to the side because people are like, this is an investment as well as a currency. Because it's never going to remain the same price. It's going to increase in value. So you're looking at it in a different way, in a different light. So honestly, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what is the true highest price for XRP. My price that I want to look for is $100, which is not absurd, but seeing it at $1,000 is also not going to be absurd either. For some people it might, but for others it won't be. But it may seem like not enough, even if it does get to just $1,000 to some people. So it really depends. It depends on the use. It depends on the implementation, the burns, and just many other factors. So I'm looking for anywhere between it's a huge market, 25, or a huge range, 25 all the way to $100. That's what I'm looking for as kind of those prices where I'm like, if it does get there, that's great, and I'll be able to have that amount that we just talked about, where it's like, if you had $10 million, what would you do with it? That would be the $10 million that we do have there. So would love to see that, but who really fully knows? All right, I have to get out of here. It's 7 o'clock. I have to get these kids up. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, if you guys want to check out my link for Margex, feel free to use that link. It is down below in the description. It's also in the chat. We have 175 likes and a bunch of people that were here. So I do appreciate you guys for spending the time with me this morning. I know it is early, and some people don't want to get up early, and some people are just getting on now. Yeah, I appreciate you guys for even being here. And if I did have a ton more time, I would stay on. I like live streaming. I like talking about cryptocurrency. I like talking about stocks. Like, you can see my investment portfolio as well. This is my dividend portfolio that I want to grow to about $1 million within the next, definitely by 2030. I would like to have $1 million there or more in this portfolio. But we'll see. It's definitely consistently growing from the past year. Going from October to October, I went from $63 up to $122,000. Not all by gains, but by just putting the money in the account. But overall, what I've gained in the past year to date, as well as the year total, has been about $10,000 or 9% overall. And I've also been able to gain $2,000 in dividends. So it's been a profitable year there, and I want it to remain profitable every single year that we're investing in here. So I appreciate you guys for taking the time out of your day to be here with me. And I'm sorry, M. Creeks, that you caught the end. But yeah, I got to get the kids ready for school. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. I don't know if I'll be live during the weekend. I have a busy weekend. Harper has a basketball camp that goes from today to tomorrow to the next day, and I'm going to be there supporting her as much as I can. But anyways, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys